What is up, guys? How is everybody doing? Hold on one second. Trying to figure something here. Okay, so how y'all doing today? Hope that you're all having a great, amazing day. Getting things done and all of that great stuff. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Wendy Rahilly. I've been in the network marketing, online marketing space now for many years. My passion is helping people build an online business, generate a monthly passive income, and create an amazing lifestyle. So today, let's talk prospecting for your business. It's something that we all seem to overcomplicate. Can I get an amen? Um, I remember being clueless. I remember being extremely anxious about it. Still am. I'm human. It can be scary talking to people. I've learned and tried a number of different strategies. Let's see, I've tried the whole popping into strangers' inboxes with a link to my business and a lot of word vomit going on about how amazing my business is, how they can be extremely great at it, how they're going to earn thousands of dollars, and that kind of thing. Does that sound familiar to you? And that got me absolutely nowhere, but people coming back with like rude comments and me looking pretty stupid. I've also done the whole talking for people for days and days and days about absolutely nothing about business, hoping that they will ask me about what I do so that I can pitch them my business. I bet you can relate to that, right? That got me nowhere. You eventually have to pop the question, are you open to taking a look? Okay. I've done the whole cold messaging thing. That's not quite as spammy, but it still could be considered spammy to some people, where I pop in strangers' inboxes and I say something like, hey Stacy, how's it going on? You don't know me, but I see you live in Sacramento and I'm expanding my business in that area. And I was wondering if you'd be open to taking a look at how you can earn an extra income from home. If not, no big deal. I bet you've heard that one before, right? I do want to point out, though, that I'm not totally against that method. And hear me out before you roll your eyes at me, okay? This method can be effective if you're prospecting non-network marketers or people who are not building any type of business, okay, online. And why is this? Because other network marketers have already heard it all. Okay, they know all their scripts. They know that they're just trying to that you're trying to prospect them, and the fact that you aren't showing them any kind of respect, not trying to build any kind of even a little bit of rapport with them before you pitch them your business, just pisses them off, and then they block you. So with non-network marketers, it's the other way around. Okay, showing up in a complete stranger's inbox who has absolutely no idea about network marketing, or building any kind of online business, and then saying things like, "Hey, Stacy, I see you have children. Oh, they're so sweet," or they're so cute, or something like, "Hey, Stacy, how's it going? I see you live in Sacramento. How long have you lived there?" Now, these are all complete strangers who don't know about prospecting or about building rapport, about that kind of thing. So to them, they just have a stranger, popping up in their inbox, and they have no idea who this person is. So they're going to be like, who is this person, and why are they messaging me? Okay, so in that scenario, I would say it might be easy. It might be better just to get to the point. So, what is an effective way to prospect in your business? How should you be prospecting strangers without coming across as spammy tammy or talking for days and days and days and days and days and staying in that friend zone? Okay. Well, you're going to want to build a little rapport, but not by talking for hours without popping the question. If you want to talk for hours after you pop the question, go for it. But don't forget that, success loves speed. So you got other people that you want to, you're going to be wanting to talk to too. So just kind of, bide your time. But the goal here is to transition to business as quickly as possible and make an offer without seeming like all you want to do is sign them up in your business. Okay. So Because, I mean, your prospects are people and they want to feel like, I don't know, like you give a rat's ass about them and that they're not just a number to you. All right. So, how does this work? Before you reach out to anyone, whether you're friending them or they're friending you, or either one of you have reached out to either one in some way, you're going to want to take a quick look at their profile before you reach out to them. Okay. Never start a conversation with a prospect blind. Okay. And by that, I mean where you're only in your messenger and you haven't even looked at their profile yet. You want to look at the profile to get an idea of what they're all about. Like, do they have children? Where do they live? Are they ready to, or are they already building an online business? Do they have certain interests or hobbies? Is there something about them that you can compliment? Is there something about them that you can relate with? Things like that. Okay, so these you kind of playing, you're kind of like an investigator at this point, just kind of browsing through the profile and trying to get little nuggets like that, so that you can have an icebreaker. So you want to take a minute or two to browse around the profile. And like I said, this will give you icebreakers to build that initial rapport with them before you pop that question, right? So here's an example. Let's say I'm prospecting Stacy. Okay, I go to her profile and I see that her cover photo has two small children. They're boys. I'm going to assume that those boys are her children. Okay. I also see that she lives in Massachusetts. Well, for me, that's perfect. Okay. I have two things that I can talk to Stacy about now and relate with her because I'm a mom and I also have boys and I've lived in Massachusetts before. Okay. And by the way, if you can't find something that you can relate with them or you have some kind of something in common with them, just find something that you can compliment them with. And you can compliment on anything. Okay, so I reach out to Stacy and it goes something like this. Hey, Stacy, I found you on whatever group you found them on or wherever you found them. Or I came across your profile, and I thought it would be super cool to connect with you. Hope you don't mind. I always say that. Hope you don't mind. Just kind of. I don't know. I say that. I see you're also a mom. Awesome. I have three boys of myself, ages 25, 15, and 13. What ages are your boys? They always lead with a question. It gets them coming back into your inbox. And one little tip, even if the conversation goes nowhere after that, if they answer your question, that signals Facebook that the two of you want to connect. And guess what? Facebook starts showing more of your content to them. Okay, so that's kind of a cool thing there, even if you guys go no further in your conversation. So anyway, your question is the icebreaker. Okay, now she'll come back and answer the question, and then you could go back and forth for a minute about children. Okay, or perhaps talk about how your teenager's driving you crazy because they never clean up their room, or I don't know, do they also have a problem getting their kids to do their homework or anything like that? Just anything to get them talking a little bit. And at this point, after we've gone back and forth just a little bit, I'm not talking hours, I'm talking minutes, okay? If I feel like she's warmed up to me and there's a little trust going on there, I'm going to transition to business, okay? And if I don't get that vibe that the conversation is ready for that yet, and you'll get that vibe, typically they'll be giving you short answers, yes, no, or they don't seem like they're that engaged. If that's that's the feeling that I get, then I'm just going to try one more time, maybe move on to talking about something else, non-business related. Like, for instance, the fact that she lives in Massachusetts. So I'd be like, hey, Stacy, I see you live in Massachusetts. That's awesome. I grew up there until about 13 years ago when I moved to Florida. How long have you been in Massachusetts? Okay, this is just an example. So you see, they might be short with you or not engaging so much because they feel like you're pitching, or they feel like you're about to pitch them. So by asking them another question that's not related to business, it kind of helps them let their guard down a little bit and realize that you're generally trying to connect with them here, okay? Okay, then I'm going to kind of feel her out after that again. And now, if I feel like she's still not engaging with me, I'm just going to exit the conversation and move on. Okay, I mean, I will come back to her maybe a couple days later. And you definitely want to follow up with people unless they're being absolutely rude to you. Okay. Now, if I do get a good vibe from this person and the conversation is going well, then I'm going to transition into business. And I do this by saying something like, "Hey, Stacy, what do you do?" I mean, that is the most easiest question to transition to business. But just be sure that it doesn't clearly say what they do on their profile. You know, if it does, then you can say something like, "Hey, Stacy, I see you're, I don't know, whatever they do. You're a cashier. How do you like doing that?" Okay. Often I find people come back with things like, "It pays the bills," or "It's all right." I then just come right out and ask, "Well, hey, have you ever thought about starting your own online business?" Okay. You know, that it pays the bills and it's all right. To me, seems like they're not really that satisfied with their job. So I'll just ask them if they're open to starting their own online business or if they've ever thought about it. Now, if they absolutely love their job, then I'd probably ask them something like, "Have you ever thought about adding on another income stream or supplement what you do?" Right? Basically, you want to kind of feel the conversation out. You might have to ask another question or two before you pop that question, such as maybe, "How long have you been at your job?" Or, "Do you do anything else?" Or something like that, okay? Now, what if they're already building an online business? How do you transition into business when they're already doing something? "Hey, Stacy, I see you're building an online business." You know, are you building a business to replace your job, or are you just trying to supplement it? Which do you like better, your job or your online business? Okay, or how long have you been in the industry? That's another good one. "I've been in the industry myself for," and then just tell them how long you've been in the industry. Okay, now the one thing you don't want to do is just come across as if you're interrogating them by asking them question after question after question without giving them a little bit of information about yourself as you're asking these questions. So, say you ask them, "What made you start your online business?" You would then want to, right after you ask that question, immediately before they even answer, come back with, and share something with them, about what made you start your business. Okay. This way you're sharing a little bit about you, which will help them open up more about sharing a little bit about them. And that way they don't feel like you're drilling them with a bunch of questions. Make sense? Okay. So also that question, "What made you start your online business?" is a great question because their answer is usually going to be their pain points. Okay. And then you can use that information later on to close them. Okay. So like, "I started my business because I wanted to stay home with my kids," or "I started my business because I want time freedom," or "I started my business because I want to earn an extra $5,000 a month," or "I started my business because I want to earn $100,000 a year." These types of answers are all pain points, and you can use them to position your business as the solution. So there you go. That's how simple it is to prospect people. While your prospects shouldn't be in numbers to you, it is a numbers game. So you want to just keep going, keep connecting with new people every day. You're going to get no's, probably a lot of no's, but just keep going. Keep having those conversations. Keep transitioning into business as quickly as you can when it feels right. Don't force it. Sometimes that could take a few conversations spread across a few days, but just keep going. Follow up with people several times. I like to use Trello to do that. It's a free online tool where you can kind of organize your prospects, okay? I've heard it can take up to 20 touches before someone can make a decision about joining you in business. So you want to keep following up and don't feel like you're bothering them. If you're bothering them and they tell you to bugger off, then that's it, don't follow up with them again. But if they don't, then just keep following up with them. I mean, don't be a pest, space it out, but keep getting back, And part of following up, it doesn't necessarily have to be in their messenger. You can actually follow up with them by engaging on their content. That's considered a touch. Just engaging on their content, or dropping into their stories and maybe commenting on their stories and things like that. Those are all different touches. Okay. All right, so that's it for prospecting. How many of you would like me to do a video on the recruiting part and how to effectively close people into your business once you have popped that question? If so, just drop me a heck yeah down below into the comments, and I'll be happy to do that for you. I don't want to keep it too long, so anyway, if you want me to do that video on recruiting and closing, just let me know, okay? Also, I can give you access to a 5-day prospecting and recruiting challenge that you can join. It provides you with 5 videos. They're all on how to prospect and recruit into your business. You're also going to get homework assignments so that you're actually given exactly what to do each day for the 5 days of the challenge. And there's a Facebook group where you can be held accountable. The challenge is designed to help you recruit at least one person into your business within those 5 days. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, okay? But that's what that challenge is designed to do. So if you're up for the challenge, let me know by dropping challenge in the comments, and I'll shoot you the link. I do want to let you know that this challenge is pre-recorded. It was actually a live challenge that we did last year, but the replays are amazing, and the Facebook group is extremely interactive to this day. So you'll have all your questions answered. There'll be other additional trainings that are in the Facebook group as well, all different ways of how to build your business, generate leads, talk to people, prospect, recruiting, what to post. I mean, all sorts of different training as well. Okay, so if you want, I mean, you don't have to go through the training if you don't want. I'm just letting you know that it's there. So anyway, this challenge is not free. But it's going to cost you just $1. Okay, so it's up to you. If you want to learn all about prospecting and recruiting, and you want to give yourself a little challenge while you're doing that, $1 will get you in. All right, so that's it. Hope you got some value out of this. I appreciate you taking the time out to watch. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. Just let me know if you want me to do the recruiting and closing part, kind of like a part 2 of this video, and I'll be happy to do that for you. Okay, so y'all take care.